Welcome friends, welcome to this channel. Welcome to our tutorial on HTML tutorial for beginners. So in this video we are going to see how to create forms in HTML. But before we dive into this lecture, let's see what we did in the last video and what we learned. So in the last video we saw how to make tables in HTML. Just for a revision, we just used our boilerplate code here. We just give it a title, tables in HTML. Then we used table tag. Then inside t head we used th tag, that is table heading tag. In this will make that the heading of the columns. Then another heading, that is name. Then another one was role. Similarly, after this we have closed this t head, and then again we have created another tag called t body. Inside that we are using tr tag. Tr is table row. Okay, in the first row we are entering the data with the help of td tag, and similarly we have as we have used three columns here, we have entered the three data here. Then the first row is ending, and with then we can use another row tr, and in the next row we can fill the next data. Okay, and then td, and then the closing of the body tag and table tag. These tables are mostly used in our HTML document. So this was all about our table tag. So now let's start with our form creation in HTML. So let's move on. Okay, before we move further, first let's see what type of forms we can use in the websites. Like this is one form: pet adoption, event application form, marathon fundraising form, then painting party application form. A lot of places we will be using form. In the colleges, in the schools, we use like admission forms. For login of the various website we use login forms, and sign up forms also can be there. So that means to say we will be using forms in a number of places in the website development. So let's see how we can create these forms in the HTML document. So I'm going to our VS Code. I'm just creating a new file called forms.html. I'll just quickly create a boiler code here. I'm just giving it a title called forms. Okay, now I'll just show you the preview. Okay, so now what we have to do, first we have to create, if we have to create a form inside the body tag, we have to use form tag. Okay, so what this is the form tag, and this will be having some of the attributes that we have to use. So this will be form action, and what action we want to achieve with this, like we can use some backend to save this data. So right now I'm just giving it a dummy name, backend.php. However, this is not a file right now, but I just want to show you how it works. Okay, and then we can have a closing tag, and the form tag is done. Okay, inside the form we can have various input fields. Okay, like what input fields we can have, like we can have text fields. Okay, I'm just giving it a text field. With the text field there are various attributes, like attribute is the type, and this is a text input field, and we want to give it some name. ID we are just leaving right now, we are just giving it a name, say name. Okay, and what we want to show on the web page is name equal to input type text name. So this will be okay. Save it, and let's see how it looks. So this name come because of we have written name here. Okay, this name is coming here, and the input box is being created with the help of this input tag. So this what this input tag will do, now I can fill some name here like Prakash or anything like that. Okay, so we can fill this data. Similarly, like we can just create a form. Okay, let's create one more input field, this, and this all will be in the inside form element. Second thing can be, say, input can be role. Now it can be text type. As you see, we have created two input fields. It is not refreshing, so I'll have to save it and I'll just reload it. You can see this name has come here, and after that immediately this role is coming. We can avoid this thing with the help of various other tags. Like I can use a div to contain this thing. Div is a tag called division, or it is a container basically. Inside the div tag, if I close it, then, and in the similar way in the for role also, I'm just filling it inside the div. Okay, so what will happen with this? As soon as I save it, you can see this uh, role has come on the next line. Okay, because of this div tag, because div tag is a div tag takes full length from left to right. However, name and input tag, these was taking as much space as required. Okay, so that's why they are not coming one beneath one below the other. One more thing we can do, we can, if you want to create a space between these things, we can use CSS, but right now I am just using a tag called break row. So I can use this thing, so this will create a space in between these things. Okay, some more tags, I just want to talk about some more input tags. First of all, let me give a name to this one. I can give a heading to say form in STM. Okay, I'll just save it so you can see it here, the heading of the this form, and then we have used this, then this is the BR tag. Okay, now what we can do, we can make some more fields. I'll use ER. Okay, so what else can we use? We can use various other tags, like we can use email. So what will be the name of this thing? I am just giving it email, and the type is email. What is the difference? The difference is now I can give email here. I'll have to name something it. Okay, so now email has come. Now it can take at the rate sign. When I will be submitting the forms, you will be seeing what is the difference between text field and email type of input. Okay, what will happen? This will take at the rate at the time when we will submit it. Similarly, I can use some of the other input fields. If you want to have passwords, okay, that too can be given. I want to give password, so it can be input password. I can give it name password. ID right now we are not giving. ID can be used to identify these various input fields, so that later on we can program it, we can do the programming in this. Okay, so the password field is done. Yeah, it's not taking, I think so. Okay, email is done, and now this password field. I think there's an error in my program. Okay, I'll see. Okay, looks like no problem. Okay, next thing, we can use other type of tags also, like we can have an input type of even date, where we can fill the dates. We can use date, name can be date. Let's save it. Now I can choose date from here, any date I can choose. Okay, so this is about date. We can use even input type of number also. So let's make a number also. We can say a bonus. Okay, bonus can be a number, so I am using number type. I'll say it bonus. Just save it. I think I have done some mistake here. What's the problem? Okay, I'm not using a div here, that's why the problem is occurring. So I'm just, that is taking it to the next line, but it's not doing it. Okay, now I can use a div here. Okay, similar way I'm using a div. I'll cut it, I'll paste it here. Similar way you can use here also. Okay, I can even use br here. Okay, so these much input fields we have used now, but next we can use some other fields also, like we can use first let's copy it and just paste it. Okay, so this is again a div. I can even use radio buttons here. Radio buttons, how we can use radio button can be like it is a male or a female. Okay, well, say we are asking what is your gender. Now the gender can be male, female or others, so we can just give it a radio button, because we have to choose from small. I'll just make it small here, and the name can be, say, gender. Okay, so what is your gender? Then now I have to choose between the two, no? So I'll make another one with this. We can say it like male here, and we can just remove this thing and we can say female here. Similarly, I can just copy it and I can give others. Okay, I'll just save it. So now I can choose between male, female or others, and only one will be selected because the name for all the things are same, like this is gender, this is gender, and this is gender. Okay, similarly we can use even checkboxes also we can use. So I'll just use this div to do it. Okay, so okay, the br should be outside of this thing. Okay, similar way the br should be outside of this div. Okay, now it's looking good. Okay, now I'll be creating like a checkbox. Okay, for checkbox you can use say save the data, or you can say are you eligible or not eligible. Okay, so then the input type will be here checkbox. Checkbox will be used, and I can say it eligible or not. Okay, so yeah, this can be a radio button. Okay, should come here. Okay, are you eligible? This checkbox has come. Now I can tick or untake it. Okay, even if I want a default ticked here, so that too can be done with the help of checked. if I use if I use and save it and just refresh it, then you can see it automatically will be checked whenever the page will be loading. Okay, so this can be used to give the default value to it. So there are various input fields that we can use. Similarly, one input field I just want to tell more is text area also is there. I'll just tell about that too. Inside div we'll be having a text area, and we can give its name as area. Yeah, text, my text. See, so now there is a parameter called columns and rows. So I want to spread it to 15 columns, and how many rows we want, say we want 5 rows. Okay, then if I close it and save it, just refresh the page, then you can see, okay, I'll have to give some name too for this text area. I'll say write about yourself. I'll refresh the page, then you can see that this has come here. Okay, so this is the text box, and I can write anything. Okay, content here, I can increase the columns to like 35 if I want to make it bigger. Okay, I can just make it like this, change it. Here again the BR should be outside of this div. Okay, so this is coming now, correct. Okay, so this was all about most of the input tags we have already just told. Some other tags that I just wanted to tell you about is some buttons. Okay, so first div again, then inside the div we can use input type submit buttons. Okay, so when we submit this form, we want to have a button here. Okay, so this button should be shown here, and what will be written like submit now. Okay, and I'll save it. So this button has come here. What this button will do, when I totally fill the form and submit, then this all the data whatever I have filled will go to the backend.php, that is form submission action that we have. Okay, I'll just show you in the browser. First let me just create one more button. There can be an input type of reset also. What reset button will do, will, I'll just give its value to reset, and I'll just save it. So this button has come. So let's go to browser and let's see how it works. So look, this is our heading. So we have used some of the names here. These are the input boxes of different types we have used. And what will submit now will do, when we will be clicking on this submit now button, this will create an action. Okay, because whenever button is clicked, then it will create action. What will be the action? That will be form action will be carried out. Form action is will send data to this backend.php file, and where this will be sending, let's see. Like if I say it's HTML ABC @email.com, say password. You can see that password is now in star. Okay, because we have used password type, that's why it is coming. Say let's choose some date, bonus, some. Okay, we can use from male, female, and others. We can write something here. Then if I submit it here, you can see all the data: name, HTML, email, ABC something, gmail.com. All the data that we filled in this form is going through this HTML, that site address, to our backend.php. Okay, however, right now backend.php is not created. That's why it is not able, it is saying file not found. Otherwise, you would have gone. Okay, so this is the submit now button. And what this reset button will do? Reset will clear all these input tabs and will make it clear. When I click on reset, all the data is cleared now. You can see if I write something here, click on the reset, and it is clearing. So these are the basic, as we have already created a basic form in HTML now, in which we have name, role, email, password, date, bonus. So in this way we can create. Right now we have not used CSS here. If you want to beautify it, we can use CSS also. Later on we'll be learning about it. But right now we have just created a basic HTML form in this. I'll just revise what all we have done in this video. We have used like boilerplate HTML code. Then we created a form action called backend.php. Then we use some of the input fields: input type text, then role, input type of email type, then password type also we saw, because of which it is saying starred content. Then input type date we used. With the help of this we can see the date here. Then input type numbers, where we can only input numbers. Then we also saw the how to use radio button with the help of input type radio button. Similar way, checkboxes also we saw. Then we saw text area tag also. With the help of text area, column attribute and a rows attribute, we can increase or decrease the length of this box. Then we saw some input type of submit buttons and input type of reset. Submit will submit the form and will send the data to wherever we want, where like form action place wherever we have set, and input type reset will reset the form. So this is all about creating form. I hope that you learned something from this video. So if you have watched my video, thanks for watching my video. Thank you and have a nice day.